What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're going to be previewing Port Adelaide's Round 8 clash against the Crows. It's Showdown 48 at the Adelaide Oval this Saturday night, 7:10 p.m. It's going to be a massive game for both teams. Both teams are, in fact, 4-3, 6th v 7th this weekend. I'll tell you what, it's building up to be one massive showdown. Some big news from the Port Adelaide end as well in the last couple of days. So we're going to go through that and preview this week's game and see how Port Adelaide can get the job done.
And now expectations rise. Farrell to Boak, the skipper. It's there for him. Does the bounce accommodate? It did. He fumbled, but it doesn't matter now. It's all history.
So much has happened in the last couple of days. I tell you what, I filmed this preview on Tuesday before all of this crappy news came out, and then all of a sudden, I had to refilm. Cream of the Crop clothing t-shirt came. Have a look at that. That is a great design with the pair in the style of Friends. So make sure you get onto that. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to check it out and purchase some lovely clothing from Cream of the Crop clothing. So you've obviously heard all the news that has come out in the last 48 hours or so. I'll start with the good news. Tom Cleary has signed on till the end of 2023. That is a big get for the club, considering he will be the future of our defence for the next 5 to 10 years. So that is massive, a great signing, and well done to Cluzzer. He's been fantastic all throughout this season in particular, really standing out and really is underappreciated for what he's done so far, especially without Tom Jonas being in the side. He's been phenomenal, Tommy, so congratulations to him. The other flip side of that is the big news of Ollie Wines and Brad Ebert all confirmed as will miss this week's game against the Crows. Tom Jonas has been ruled out as well, but he hasn't played since round 5 against West Coast. So they are 3 massive outs, which means who's going to captain the team? None other than my man, Travis Boak. That is right. Travis Boak has been all but confirmed that will captain this week's team against the Crows. And you know what? Depending on how long Jonas and Wines are out for, he could captain next week as well. So that is a big, big opportunity for Boakey in a very undermanned Port Adelaide side against the Crows, who have won the last 3 on the trot. Haven't played fantastic footy, but you know, with their strength in the side, they're going to bully us. They're going to try and come out and really take the game from the scruff of the neck. So having a look at them, as I said, have won 3 in a row. Haven't been amazing in the last couple of weeks. A shocking game against Fremantle. Worst game I've ever watched. Which, you know, that's a lot of games of footy I've watched. And that was disgusting. The way both teams played. Very defensive. And obviously they beat St Kilda at Marvel and then beat a Gold Coast side. So haven't beaten the greatest of teams. But you no doubt know the threat that they bring with their silky midfield. They've got a good forward line and the defence really holds up really well. So that's going to be an interesting and a tough task for the Port Adelaide side to get over. The showdowns are always 50-50 though. The current ledger sits at 23-22 the Crows' way. Look, we haven't won. We've won, I think, 1 out of the last 6 showdowns. So that is a massive opportunity again to extend that for the Crows. I really feel like we have to take this by the scruff of the neck now and really, we're going to go in as underdogs this week, Port Adelaide. We're going to really have to take this opportunity to try and nullify the Crows' impact on the game, and also at the same time try and get a bit of experience into the side that we're going to have, because we're going to be undermanned. There's going to be massive selection changes. As you know, Matthew Broadbent has been confirmed as an in this week. That is a great opportunity. 647 days since Matthew Broadbent last played in a side. So, wow, that is amazing to hear. And, I was a little bit sceptical of him coming back into the side after so long. But nonetheless, congratulations to Broad. It's going to be great to see him back on the ground on Saturday night. Looking at the game notes itself, looking how this game will pan out. When I wrote these down on the Tuesday, ready to for the preview that I filmed before, I simply wrote things that, with the Wines and the Eberts and the Jonas coming in, I would have expected, a must-win game. It's a home showdown, a lot to expect. We've got to respond after last week, and now, this is kind of thrown out the window with so many outs, which makes the task even tougher. The resilience and the character of the team and the group of players is going to have to be tested. It's going to really push us to try and we've got to play at our absolute best, and a lot of changes will happen this week as well. it's going to be like a brand new Port Adelaide side, and we'll still have the key players in Boat, Westhoff, Ryder, Cleary, all those types of players in and around the contest, and Pepper as well. But yeah, the two balls of Wines and Ebert, although Wines hasn't had a massive impact this season, Ebert's our equal leading goal kicker, a great target up forward and has been phenomenal, and unfortunately he's going to miss this week. Look, with the group that we're going to have on Saturday night, we simply have to start well. That's the best case scenario for us. Doesn't matter who you put out in the park, you've got to start well. And with our poor start last week against the Pies, we're really going to have to focus on that. The other thing as well, Port Adelaide has conceded 400 plus disposals in the last 2 games, both against North and Collingwood. Interesting stat with that one is the Crows have in fact had 400 plus disposals in the last 3 games. So perfect time for them to hit the disposal thermometer again and really rise up with those numbers. So it'll be interesting to see how Port go about it in the middle. It's funny because the rest of the notes I wrote on here were about either Ollie Wines, Tom Jonas, Ebert, how we'll control the midfield, blah, blah, blah. So basically, that's thrown out the window. But essentially, this will be a midfield battle type game. You got the likes of the Crouch brothers. You got Sloan in there. Ellis Yeoman has been in pretty good form. Bryce Gibbs is getting back into touch as well. So these players will really start to thrive against a midfield now that's going to be undermanned. You've got Boak, Pepper. You'll still have Rockcliffe in there. So you'll have the balls in around. So I think, it will be a good midfield from Port Adelaide's perspective. But the big names that we have out, no Robbie Gray, no Ebert, no Wines, no Jonas, even though he's not a midfielder. Hartlett, Dixon, they're big names. They're a leadership group. That in itself is a leadership group. They're leaders. We're going to be undermanned. And the players that are sort of developing that leadership position in between the club now, they're going to have to really thrive this week and stand up and really showcase their leadership. Our contested ball has been pretty low the last couple of the weeks, and the Crows averaged the highest in the comp for the last month of footy. So again, midfield battle is going to be interesting in and around the contest. Whoever wins the contested ball is going to win this game, no matter who you put on the park. So effectively, the Crows have been able to nullify the other team's opposition and also really score from stoppages, which has been a key pillar for them for a few years now. The thing is, though, they do leak a few goals, and if Port Adelaide can get a run on with their fast play and their effectiveness, then you might see a different Port Adelaide outfit, especially coming out of the contest, and we might be able to hit the scoreboard, which is another thing we're going to have to do. We're going to kick accurate this week because we can't waste opportunities with a team like we're going to put out this week. Key matchup for me, though, is the ruck contest. Lyder, wow. I've combined their names. Lysette and Ryder versus O'Brien should win. Simply should win the contest. O'Brien's been good for the Crows, don't get me wrong. But Lysette and Ryder really have to dominate. Dominate the stoppages, dominate the centre clearances around the ground, wherever possible, get the tap work, and really create an opportunity for our midfielders, because as simple as that is the fact that we're going to have to score from stoppages this week. Tom Cleary versus Tex Walker as well is a big one. Tex is finding a bit of form at the moment, and Tom Cleary is probably arguably one of the best defenders in the game, and was recently signed, as I said before. So if we can nullify Tex, I really feel our defence hasn't been affected too much by injuries, so they'll still be solid. They'll still be a good group down there, and I really feel with the added addition of Matthew Broadbent, we'll be able to really spread and create some opportunities from our transition footy. Couple more things before I let you guys go. Thank you very much for tuning in, by the way, is the fact that this week, Alberton Crowd and the Cheer Squad, every fan has been invited from a fan-led initiative to bring your flag to this week's game, create as much atmosphere and colour as possible around the ground, and really showcase your true Port Adelaide passion by bringing a flag, a sign or anything like that you have. Bring it to this week's game, showcase it so we can create an atmosphere, create a great look around Adelaide Oval, and really show the Crows that we are the true number one supporters in this state. Moving on to selection. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, with Ebert and Wines confirmed as out, Jonas has been ruled out, so it doesn't matter anyway. Farrell and Johnson are all but confirmed to come in, so is Matthew Broadbent. I'm also hearing Stephen Motlop will come into the side as well, which means 4 changes. We only know the 2 outs. We know most probably the 4 ins. So who does that come out? I feel Bonner has to come out. Had a shocking game last week, and I really feel that Broadbent will replace him. The other one I think will be Zach Butters. Now, I think he just had a very quiet week last week, and the replacement of Johnson will do that as well. So Butters, unfortunately, will miss out in the showdown this week. They might not. They might throw him. He's got some aggression about him, so maybe he gets the opportunity and someone else comes out. I'm not too sure, but that would be my outs for this week. My prediction, even though Port Adelaide have all these outs, it's a home showdown. We must win. We must respond. I'm tipping us. It's crazy, I know, but I believe. I've had some time to think about all this news that has happened in the last 24 hours. I'm still tipping us. I still think we'll win. This is a massive showdown. Don't get me wrong, the Crows will bring everything they've got. They've got a quality side. But I hate them. So we must win. Simple as that. Thank you so much for watching this week's Showdown 46 preview. As I said, it's going to be a massive week. Get down to the game if you're a Port member, because we have to support our boys no matter what. A simply must-win game. So I'll be there, ready to go. And hopefully we can beat the Crows. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide content coming your way on a weekly basis throughout the year. My name's Anthony, Port fans, and as always, can the pair.